I just got back from a coin show, and these are some of the best 5 for $1 coins I have ever picked up. In fact, I got so many from this dealer, I decided to split up into 3 different videos. So we're going to look at all the coins that we see on the screen right now, but this is video 1 out of 3 from this one particular dealer, and I'm going to add up the book value of everything we look at, and we're going to take a look at the end, see what we got. I paid $17 to get 86 coins from this one dealer. So that's 5 for $1, and then I get 1 for free at the very end, just to round down. And so we're looking at the first 29 coins that I picked up. These are in no order except for just the order that I randomly picked them out of the bag when I was looking them up in my price guide. So we're going to get started. This coin is not particularly rare, but it is one that I always like to pick up anytime I find it for a cheap price. This is a Mexico 15 pesos from 1982. It is KM 490, and it celebrates Coyolzacul and is a neat commemorative coin, I believe. There's the eagle, snake, and cactus on the back. This one books for $2. Many coins from the country of Jordan have kept a similar design over the years. This one says the Hashemite Kingdom of the Jordan, 1949, 20 fills, a little bit well worn. Then in Arabic, we have the number 20. That is the backward 7, and the little diamond is their 0. And this one is on their calendar, year AH 1368. This one's going to be KM5. Here is a 5 ore coin from Denmark from 1930. This one has a catalog number of KM 828.2. And I don't remember what the .2 stands for, but oftentimes the mint master initials will change over the years. Flip this one around. It may have been cleaned on here, but it's the and I don't remember what the monogram here, maybe is Christian the 10th. Looks like the letter C forwards and backwards around the hole with an X for 10 underneath it. Also, if it's not the mint master initials, that .2 could be for the metals that was used in it. Here is a zinc coin. It's hard to find a zinc coin where it's still nice and shiny. Almost always they've turned black, and in many cases when they corrode, the corrosion turns it a white color. So you can easily see that here, but we have a large crown with the year of 1942 and the name Romania down this side, and regatal, I guess, on the other side. This was going to be a 5 lei coin from 1942. This one is KM61 and is a 1-year coin. Despite a little bit of corrosion, I would say it's got some pretty good detail still available on this coin. Here is an Ottoman coin that shows up in Turkey in the price guide. And when the first time I saw this, I thought it was pretty rare, but now I realize it's kind of common. Looks like an E or a backwards 3 on here with the dot, so that's the value of 40 in Arabic, and the denomination here is 40 para. This coin is going to say, I forgot that, 1324, I think, but on this particular coin, it doesn't matter based on the date here, because every version of this coin is going to have what they call the Ascension date, which is the year of the king. I've now flipped it over, and there is a small circle right here. That's the number 5. That is the year since the Ascension date, so it's year 5, which means on our calendar it's going to be 1931 on this 40 para coin. There's something else to look out for. There are 2 versions of this coin. This large symbol in the middle of the coin, 3 points at the top, kind of a couple of circles on the left, a couple lower lines on the right. That is a symbol of the Ottoman Empire, but there's two different symbols that could appear in this coin right here. And this one is called I believe that's called the reshet. And so you want to look out for that. The way I can tell it's the reshet is it almost looks like there's a big triangle in the middle of it. So for the two different versions of this coin, this happened during the reign of Muhammad V. This one is KM 766. On our next coin, it says Queen Elizabeth II on this side. And so this is not a British coin, but one of the territories that she oversees. And this one's going to be from the Federation of Nigeria. So when Nigeria was ruled over by Britain from 1959, we've got a couple, I guess, some kind of fern type leaves on here for this 1 shilling coin from 1959. I noticed that on symbolism on their coins, they tend to have a Star of David on there. I don't know if that means anything as far as Israel goes, or if it's just a design they like. This one's going to be KM5. And I will point out that it has the security reading that we see on places like Hong Kong, where it's got 3 layers here. We've got little big dots, small dots, and then on one side we've got a long gap between two edges of normal reading. Here's a larger brass coin from Denmark, also during the reign of Christian X, King of Denmark, 1939, with the crown. This one is going to be a 2 kroner from Denmark and a large crown on here. So this coin is about the size of a United States half dollar. It's a larger coin. This one is KM 825.2. This one books for $2. And if you happen to have this one in uncirculated condition, the catalog says it books for $25. When I flip it over right here, the 0.1 version of this coin will have the letters HCN across the bottom for the Mintmaster initials on here. So this was version 0.2. I'm almost surprised this coin is not silver. There were no silver coins in this slot, even though there were a couple that I thought could be. This one is from Japan. This is a 50 yen coin from year, on some of the newer coins, they read this way. On older coins, they read the other direction. That does get a little bit confusing. I asked my friend in Japan how to tell the difference, and he didn't really have anything to give me. But in this case, it's 3. That's for 10, so 30 plus 1. So this is year 31 of the monarch. That's going to make this 1956. This coin is catalog number Y number 75. Suomentassa Valta means the coin is from Finland, or at least what we call Finland. This is from 1962, which makes it a key date. Flip this one over. Kind of a tiny coin, so you wouldn't think it's worth a whole lot, but this is a 5 marca coin. And the catalog number is 37A. The A means that it is nickel-plated iron. And in this condition, as a key date, this coin books for $6. Here's another coin from Japan, but it has a large 50 in the middle so that we can easily read that. This one's going to be a 50 sen coin. And this time the year is 22, so we've got a 2 and a plus for 20, and then another 2, so that's your 22 on here. That's going to make it 1947. And then when we flip this one over, this time the numbers are going this way. So we've got a 5 and a plus for 50, and then that's the very complex symbol for sen, when the yen symbol is so much simpler than that. So this one is catalog number Y69. Here is a coin from Chile, and I don't know enough about the history of Chile, but apparently there is a significant date in the country listed on this coin. We have the year 1973. That's not when the coin was made, but we've got 11 and a Roman 9, so I believe that is September 11th or maybe November 9th. I'm not sure which, but I usually see that kind of date format written on the European coins, but this one is Chile, when they celebrated, I guess, their liberty, with the figure of, I guess, an angel here breaking the chains. So looks like she had handcuffs or something like that, some kind of chain that she's been able to break apart. This coin is the 10 pesos from 1980. This one's going to be KM 210, and my notes here says it is the date of the new government of Chile. Here is a design that is pretty standard for countries or territories that were ruled over by France. This one has a date of 1948. Of course, around the edge it says République Française, Union Française. So I guess they call that part of the French Union. But each territory has its own other side to it. This is a particular place that is, if you've seen my recent videos, you've heard of it, but most people in America have not heard of this place. There is a place in North America which is to this day still ruled by France. Now, France, of course, at one time, I suppose, ruled Quebec, which is why they still speak French there, but there are a couple of tiny islands with just maybe 10 to 20,000 people who live there under French control, and those are the islands of St. Pierre and Miquelon. And over the years, the French only made 2 coins of St. Pierre and Miquelon, and this is the larger denomination, the 2 francs coin. This one is from 1948. It's implied with an A mint mark, meaning it was made in Paris. And KM number 2, and this one books for $2. Here is a coin from Colombia celebrating their liberator, Simón Bolívar, from 1959. This one is going to be a half peso, or a 50 centavos from the Republic of Colombia. This one's going to be KM 217. Once you got out of the 40s and 50s, then sometimes the French controlled areas had a more modern looking design to them. I really think I've only seen this with French Polynesia and New Caledonia, which is, this one's going to be New Caledonia from 1967. And I believe this is the largest circulating coin that they've made. New in French is Nouvelle. And it looks like we've got some kind of tiki hut there with some interesting trees around it. So this is the 50 francs coin, and KM number 7. This is going to have a book value of $3. This was only made for 1 year. After 1967, the initials IEOM appear on this coin above the date, but beneath the portrait. IEOM would be on anything newer than 1967. Here is another coin from Belgium, where, since they speak 2 different languages, there are 2 different versions of the coin. This time, this particular coin has Belgian on the side, and it's going to have King Albert on this side. When we flip it over, it says in Belga, and I believe that is also written different on the other version of the coin. 5 franc from 1931. And even though it has 2 different versions of this coin, it does have both spellings of Belgium at the time written along the edge of this coin. So in this condition, this coin has a book value of $1.50. But if you had the uncirculated version, this coin would have a book value of $15. So here we have a coin of George VI, King and Emperor of India. But this coin is not for India, but another place that is somewhat nearby. Ceylon, or as we would know today, Sri Lanka. This is a half cent, which is harder to find than the 1 cent. It is dated 1940. Looks like we have a some kind of tree there in the middle, as well as a couple of different languages that they might speak there in Ceylon. This is going to be KM 110, and this book's for $1.25. Here is a larger aluminum coin from a French territory. This one is 1965, so probably the last year that they made this design before they got rid of the aluminum. This time we have a coin from French Polynesia, so that is going to be Tahiti and Bora Bora. This one's going to be KM. Let me make sure I've got the right one here. KM4. And we have another French territory that's different than all of the others, although this side looks a lot like the St. Pierre coin that we had a moment ago. This one is 1948, but when we flip this one over, we have something from Africa. 1 franc, and looking around the bottom here, it says Africa Equatorial Française. And so in my catalog, I had to look this one up in French Equatorial Africa. And this one was KM6. This is a 1-year coin, and this one is a new country for my collection. So I've once you get over about 200 different countries, it gets really difficult to find a new one. And I've picked up at least 3 from this one dealer at this one coin show. So very happy to have this one. Although it only books for 50 cents. Still glad to add it. Here's an aluminum coin from Chile. We have a condor on this side. This one's going to be from 1962. This one's going to be the 1/2 centesimo. And for a short run of a currency where it has this little E with a little degree on top of it, and a mint mark of Santiago with the S with a tiny little O on top of that. This one's going to be KM 192. In a recent video where every coin cost $1, it was the same dealer, and I got an elephant coin of a 5 franc from about the same time, but this is the 1 franc coin of the same era, although this one is half tarnished on the front. This one is the 1 franc coin of the Belgian Congo, and just like coins from Belgium, it has 2 different languages of the name Belgian written on the back here. So this 1 franc coin from 1944 is KM 26. Today, you would know this country as Zaire. This coin in this condition has a book value of $2.25. Here's another coin that might appear to be silver, but is not. Has the name here of Mahai I Regale Romanilor for Romania. Flip this coin from 1943 over. It is a 100 lei coin. We've got a neat border around it and the crown at the top. This one's going to be KM 64. Again, we have the French aluminum coin from 1948. And again, we have the design from St. Pierre and Miquelon. This is KM1. So now you've seen both KM1 and 2 in this video. This is a complete set of all the coins ever printed for St. Pierre and Miquelon. And this one books for $1.25. This is the second Denmark brass 2 kroner coin in this video. They are both large coins, both about the same size, and both probably have a foreign exchange value more than the 20 cents I paid for this coin. This one shows King Frederick the Ninth. Here's where it has the 2 kroner, and they've got a crest here of 3 lions inside a shield with a crown on top of it, and the date of 1954. This one is KM 838.1. This one books for $2, and if you happen to have it uncirculated, would book for $14. There is Rhodesia. This one is Southern Rhodesia, and you also will sometimes see Rhodesia and Nyasaland coins before they became Zimbabwe. This one is a half penny from 1938 when it was ruled by the British, and has a 5-sided flower that goes around the hole here, and I realize the crown should be on the top. So this is going to say Emperor George VI King. This one's going to be KM14, and believe it or not, this coin has a book value of $6.50. Here's our next British-controlled country, Queen Elizabeth II. Flip this one over. A little bit tarnished on here, but we have a 50 mils coin showing the government of Cyprus from 1955. So KM36, this was a 1-year coin. We saw this coin from Nigeria earlier. It was a mistake for me to have bought it twice, but here we go. One more coin from Japan. This one is, we have the number 5 right here and the symbol for sen right there. So this is a 5 sen coin. 100 sen make up a yen. We've got the wide eagle here with all the rays coming out from it. And then we flip this one over. And this one is going to have the number 9 written on it. I think it's that character right here. And so that's going to make this 1934. It's also KM53, and in this condition, this coin books for $4.50. I always forget whether or not this coin from Norway is silver. Well, I didn't realize it at the time that they must not have any silver, and this one doesn't have any silver in it either. I think they made coins later than this, after World War II, that did have silver in them, but this one is from 1925, 1 krona. This is a key date, or at least a coin that is almost never found in condition better than this. If you found this in uncirculated condition from this year, it would have a book value of $120. But this much more common condition has a book value of 30 cents. The last coin in this video is going to be one more coin from the French in one of their territories, and a different design. This time we have the seated lady holding a cornucopia. This was the design in 1952. And interesting how it has lions actually on the corner of the throne there. And she's holding a torch as we flip this one over. It is from the country of the French establishment of Oceania, which is what they eventually, the name of what eventually became French Polynesia. So again, we have the Tahiti area, but at one time it's called French Oceania. So this 5 franc coin from 1952 is KM number 4. So as we end up this video, we've had a couple of coins that were $6, a few coins that booked over $1, and everything that you saw in here, I paid about $5 to $6 for everything that you have seen in this video, and it has a combined book value of everything in this video of $41.25. And I've got a part 2 and a part 3 coming up probably later this week. So keep your eyes open for that, and I think it's going to turn out almost as good as this first video. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.